So we have this Azure VM created with the name Streamlit Demo VM, which has a public IP. So let's try to log in into this particular VM. I have a PEM file to log into that. I have downloaded it initially when the VM was getting created. So now I would try to log in into this particular VM. So I have logged in. If you see the username has changed to Azure user Streamlit Demo VM, and let's see if I have Docker in it. Of course, I have it. This is because at the time of creation itself, I have selected an option where I could uh, give it cloud init data. In the cloud init data, I have given the data like the commands to install and start the Docker. That's the reason Docker is already there installed and it is running. It is up and running. Now let us do one thing. I have a let's see storage. If you see the storage is around 32 GB overall, and RAM I have selected is 4 GB RAM. So let's try to pull the Docker image in which we have our Streamlit application and try to spin up the container. So let's do the Docker pull first. Sorry. In the meanwhile, we have one more application, same Streamlit kind of a Streamlit application, but that generates a CSV. This particular one is CSV viewer, which we are going to run in the Azure. There is one more. We need CSV files. So for that, we will generate using an image, Docker image that we have developed earlier. So let's do that first. And that I would run in my local. So on one hand, CSV generator app related Docker file or sorry, Docker image is downloading. And in Azure VM, viewer has already been downloaded. Now let this also download first. Anyway, I have one temporary CSV file just for the sake of presentation. I have already created it earlier. So here there is something called test CSV.csv. So we'll copy the contents of this particular file to Azure VM. Say for suppose we don't have any app slash data kind of thing. So okay, let's create one. Let's spin up the Docker image first. For that we have a command. So here we have this. We will run it in a detached mode. We are mounting a slash app slash data folder. We are running it at 8502 port, or exposing it at 8502 port. So a container is up and running. If you see here, it is created. Let's maximize the screen. So it is running here. Now if I try to Docker log, then I will get this. But anyway, I'm going to access this application from outside the container, that is from my web browser. So I need a public IP for it, 8052, but it won't be running. That is expected because inbound ports have to be enabled on it. Let us do that. When you go to networking, network settings, if you see it is not reachable since inbound ports are not enabled. Now let us see what are the things that we can do. So let us create a port rule, inbound port rule. Here source can be any from anywhere, from any port. Destination is also any from any IP, at any IP it can hit. And we are going to open the port 8052, sorry, 8502. And also we will open 8000 just for namesake. And it can be any protocol and action can be any. So okay. So let us see. We will see Streamlit port. Now let us add it. So if you see, I have added Streamlit port as well with inbound rule this for and attach it to this particular VM. Now let us retry. I expect it to work. Sorry, it is 8052. I have typed 8502. Okay, now if you see, the application is up and running in the Azure VM, which is CSV viewer or inspector. So there are two options in it. One, we can upload file from anywhere. The other is if it's in a data folder is mounted as a volume mount. If we place anything there, it can pick things from there as well. So we'll try to look at both of them. Before going there, we can see what kind of modules are imported. Since our use case was like to check for this particular Streamlit viewer app, we wanted to import all these modules to see if the code breaks or doesn't break. Because this going further, this Streamlit app we will be using for anomaly detection. So we needed these all modules. These are the versions that we have. Now for Prometheus client, we don't there is nothing, no specific version mentioned here. That means it is not able to fetch with this particular name, which is an import name. Maybe we need to fetch directly with the. So let us try to check the Prometheus client version as well. So for that we have a workaround. Like we have first we will try to know the Docker PS using Docker PS command. We will try to know the image ID or container ID, and we will log into that because since container is based on distroless image with Python runtime, we will try to enter it or execute commands in it using Python environment. Sorry. Okay. I have to edit this. So now I am in Python CLI. There I will import this particular module. Within that, I will try to print the prompt statement. If you see here, I didn't use the import name. Instead, I used the direct module name, which is Prometheus hyphen client, not underscore client. So if you see, this is the Python, sorry, Prometheus version we have imported. We haven't hard coded any version names here. We have actually, let me show. We have used greater than equal symbols to download requisite requirements. So since this app is going to further, we are checking this particular application to see the compatibility of these all modules, whether it can run in Azure VM or not. That's the main purpose. We have created this particular application. Now we are running it as a Docker container. Now if you come up here again in upload file options, we can upload it from anywhere. Since this is a web application, a particular folder I want, like there is one DevOps folder there in which I have test CSV data. If I go to test CSV data, it is, if you see, it is loading the server data. I have for test purpose, I have created some random data, the web app 1, web app 2, etc. with certain details. So if you see, there are total 9 servers with different details, with one app name column, with VC name, server name, IP address. We have a quick filter section as well, where we can filter out. Say for example, I want to filter, I want to see only some set of fields, not all. Then I filter that using app name. Using the app name, which ones do I want to see? Whether I want to see all those which are relevant to web app 1 or web app 2 or web app 3. Let us select web app 1 and web app 3. If you see, only there are 6 servers there. So the rest of the page, you will see only those 6 servers. So it is checking IP address is valid or not. It is seeing grouping. We have grouped with both app name and DC name. If you delete one of them, for example, if it's app name, only web app 1 and web app 3 are there, which we already know because that's what we have filtered with initially. Web app 1 and web app 3. So each having 3 servers. If you see, web app 1, web app 1 and web app 1. 3 web app 1 servers and 3 web app 3 servers. And we can search with string as well, like DC1. If you select, all those rows which have DC1 will come up here. There are only 2 servers, server 06 and server 10, which belong to DC1. These all are getting fetched from this particular field. So this is the initial preset. From that, the remaining things will work. So this is how it is. It is outside. We are directly uploading it. Now let us see if we have any inside data or volume mount folder. So we don't have anything. Let us paste something there. For example, this is a test CSV data I already have, which is same as this one, which I have uploaded. Now let us copy paste this inside here in the Azure VM. I am copying it from my local to Azure. Let me come out of this. If you see, there is a data folder which is mounted in this particular Azure VM, and it is attached to this particular Docker container. Since I have spinned up the container using that command. So now let us go to data folder inside the mount point. Let me mount So to show the distinction, we have deleted two of the servers there. Now we have seven. Let us see if the same is reflecting or not. So here, try to again choose it. Choose from the server option is enabled now, because unless we have anything there inside data or the mount point, it won't be enabled. Now it is enabled. When we select it, there is default test csv.csv folder. This is file, content of which is being displayed here. As I said, I have deleted two of the servers from the original data. When I say original data, the one which I uploaded. So out of nine, seven are remaining. Those seven are being displayed here. From that again, the remaining options remain the same. That's how this is working. So further details are, and some of the effective kind of things are documented here under in this particular Git repository. We can refer that as well. The code behind this app and how to run or utilize it or use it. These things are there, what requirements, everything, and the Docker file related content, everything is there inside this particular Git repository, Streamlit app by RK. Now we are utilizing this particular folder content, CSV viewer. That's all.